Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to the seventh episode of UDAAN with CA Shridhar Muppala. I am Advocate Niyati Mankar, the chairperson of the Student Committee of the Chamber of Tax Consultants. Before I proceed, I would like to first call upon our treasurer, Mr. CA Mehul Sheth, to throw light on the activities of the Chamber.
Good evening, everybody. Respected Vijay Bhai, the Vice President of the Chamber, Shri Shridhar Bhai Muppala, the Speaker for the session, Shri Jayant Bhai Gokhale, the host of this session, Preeti Ben Savla, the Central Council member and the member of the Students Committee, Charmi Shah, another young dynamic student committee member, and dear friends. It brings me a lot of pleasure and privilege to be part of this UDAAN episode. This is seventh episode, I guess. And over here in Chamber, we are doing a good amount of activities for students. Like we have moot court. Now we had direct tax moot court. Now we have added indirect taxes also from this year in the moot court. Then we have Dastur essay competition and Dastur debate competition. We have many other functions, programs for the students. Throughout the year, I think Niyati must be most busy person in the managing council committee because she has been continuously doing some program or the other for the benefit of the students. We also have our Jigyasa journal which has been prepared by the students and vetted by the professionals, and it is mainly for the students. It comes quarterly every year, and other chamber is doing a lot other activities also. So, but I did not get into it because it's a students program and most of the students are present here. I would like to request students who are not members to be member of chamber because it will really help them in their student days, and they'll get a good takeaway from this membership. With these words, I'll pass on the proceedings to Niyati once again.
Thank you, Mehul Bhai. As Mehul Bhai has already shared some thrown light on the student committee activities. However, I would like to inform you all that the committee is very dedicated to fostering a vibrant learning environment for aspiring professionals. We organize a variety of activities, including workshops, seminars, interactive sessions like UDAAN. So we have various workshops and seminars like whether it is compliances under the Companies Act or a course on mediation, or we are even coming up with a course on certificate course on income tax with Government Law College. Like Mehul Bhai said, we have also organized a lot of competition like the moot court competition, essay competition, debate competition. So our goal is to provide a platform for students to engage with and learn from the best in the field. So today we are truly honored to have with us C.A. Shridhar Muppala, a Central Council member of the ICAI and the Vice Chairman of its Board of Studies. He will be interviewed by our esteemed host, C.A. Jayant Gokhale. We are eager to hear from both of them about the latest trends and developments in the field and to gain valuable insight from their extensive experience. Before we proceed, I would like to encourage all of you to subscribe to our social media handles. Please subscribe and so that you are updated with our latest activities, events, initiatives, and we regularly share valuable resources, updates on upcoming events, and much more. Additionally, I invite all of you to consider becoming members of the Chamber of Tax Consultants, as membership offers numerous benefits, including access to exclusive events, networking opportunities, and a wealth of knowledge and resources that can greatly enhance your professional growth. As we embark on today's session, I encourage you all to actively participate and make the most of this opportunity to interact with one of the leading experts in our field. Your encouragement and curiosity are what make these sessions truly enriching. Thank you for being here with us today. Let's make this session a memorable and insightful one. With that, I would like to call upon CA Preeti Savla, Central Council member of ICI and a dear member of the Student Committee, to say a few words and formally introduce our guest speaker for today. Thank you, and over to you, Preeti Bin.
At the outset, let me appreciate all the efforts which have been made by Niyati as a chairing the students committee of the chamber, and one of the best year. The year is coming to an end, but I can say one of the best year as a what I have vouched as a part of students committee of the chamber. I really appreciate Niyati and entire team for doing the wonderful work, which is aptly supported by President C. Harish Kenya in absentia, Vijay Bhai, Mehul Bhai, an entire team of the chamber, as well as the students committee. I can also see Jain Gokhleji, who has contributed a lot for the chamber since last several years. And as coming to the C. Shridhar Muppala, he is also the first term in the Central Council. And the day when I met, maybe about two and a half years back, at Delhi, firstly, when our first council meeting was there, and I was so amazed to see the personality, and I had told him, you are looking like a hero from the south, and really he is. And if we hear him out, all will agree at the end of this session that he is one of the best person, having the strong conviction power, and who has reached to the highest level, highest pinnacle of his career, showing his entrepreneurial skills, having that Tapasya College, and his amazing personality, friends. And at the end of the session, you will be amazed and you'll have feeling like satisfied to see this session. He will motivate all of you to how to not only qualify the professional degree as a chartered accountant or advocate, what you will be going through, but how to succeed in life, the lessons of the life, which is much more than only a CA degree. And I'm sure this session will be a wonderful session. With these words, I welcome CA Shridhar Muppala and entire team of the chamber and all my dear students to have go through this amazing session. Thank you very much and welcome CA Shridhar Muppala.
With that, Jayan sir, Shridhar sir, the floor is all yours. Thank you, Preeti Bin. Sir, you're on mute.
Yes, thank you, Niyati, Preeti, and the office bearers of the chamber, Sharmi, of course. Let me plunge straight because it is really fortunate that we have somebody as successful and as competent as Sridharji to be addressing all of us. As Vijay Bhatt said in the opening remarks, possibly, or he spoke to me earlier, we still continue as students to keep learning, and I look forward to the interaction that we are about to have. So let me straight away plunge into the first question that I would put to him, but we'll have a very informal chat and try to get whatever pearls of wisdom that we can from Sridharji. So, sir, I would ask you like this to begin with, that today, from your profile, I read you have reached one of the top positions. You are a Central Council member, you are the Vice Chairman of the Board of Studies, and have achieved various other successes which I will not go into right now, but I'm sure those will come out from your talk. Could you please share with all the students that two aspects? One is that what motivated you to take this path of studying CA, and how your journey till date has been, in the sense of how your motivation and challenges have been. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, James sir. First, to start with, I should appreciate all the team of Chamber of Tax Consultants for organizing such a wonderful session, UDAAN. These sessions actually gives us an insight. Many of us, especially the students, will be searching their areas of interest, will be searching for some new ideas. Sessions like this and interaction will really give them a way forward direction and can change their thought process. So I appreciate the entire team for organizing such a wonderful sessions. And coming to the student, it always gives us an energy and enthusiasm to interact and share the ideas. I wish you all the best, students, and I wish you a great successful career, and wish to see a lot of financial experts coming and attributing to the growth of the country. So coming to the question which you told, what made me to select a CA? Sir, for me, it was not a choice, sir. It was an accidental, I can say. Because if I go back to my journey and say, I was never, I mean to say, an academic guy. So more, my father and all the hailed from a village. And the childhood, I was sent to Hyderabad to my uncle's place. Not for studies, they were not able to bear me at that young age. So when I was 1.5 years, my mother has sent me all the way here. So my uncle, there was no other option. He started sending me to school nearby. So that's how my studies continued in Hyderabad. But for me, the vision is always to go back to village, big family, lot of people, so a lot of comforts. Somehow my passion was to go back. So I was very casual in my studies, or I can say I'm ignorant at studies, never studied. So, but being in a private school, every year they promoted, brought me up to that level. So then I thought, okay, at 10th class, I'll anyway fail, I'll go back. But incidentally, that also I passed, not because of my effort. I got the support of timing and I passed. Then I thought, okay, let me see that intermediate anyway I can't. So I want to go back. Intermediate, everybody forced me to take sciences. But I knew that my level of knowledge or academic abilities are very less. But anyway, when I want to discontinue, it doesn't matter whichever course. So accordingly, as a family acceptance, I have taken science and I could not clear my 11th. So I decided I went back to the village also. I told now enough is enough. I want to stay here. But my sister has told me one word. What you are doing is a complete opposite. Generally, students at this age will go back to bigger cities to pursue their higher education. If you come back, I don't think you can adjust. Since childhood, you have been in Hyderabad all the way. Once you come back, you can't adjust it. So that time, the environment at house, all relatives were seeing at me in a different manner. So even I thought I'll decide and come back. But then I decided, let me study. So that time, I know sciences was not my cup of tea. So I failed in 11th, I discontinued, went back and again joined in 11th with commerce stream. So that time, by the time college is already 2 months over, debit, credit, something was taught. It was completely out of box for me. But I joined in a hostel to make sure that I don't repeat the mistakes. Then one of my commerce teacher identified, you have a potential you can do. That one small word, till date I recognize, that his words have given me a courage that why can't I start studying? When I started investing my time, when I'm really utilizing it, I ended up getting the state 4th rank at that time in my 11th and 12th. So everybody started recognizing me. I saw a failure in the same 11th and got a state rank again when I switched over to commerce. So probably 11th, 12th, many students studies 2 years, but I studied 3 years, 1 year science and 2 years commerce. So after I got a state rank, I thought, okay, let me do BCom because that's what I know, nothing about CA or something. That day in Hyderabad, we have a college named Badruka, where today 60% of the chartered accountants studied from that college. It's known for a commerce more than 50 years. So one day I thought I'll take admission in that college. To inquire that college, I went there. One by name, Mr. Chengal Rao, who deals with professional studies, was doing walking because that day college was not there. It's a holiday. I didn't recognize that. I just simply went. Since he was alone, he was asking me, what for you came? I told I want to join graduation. Then he asked me how many marks you got. When I told I got a state 4, he took straightly to the next building and asked me to enroll in CA. And I told somewhere he's doing a marketing. I don't know about CA and all. I just want to do BCom. Then he tried convincing me. Somehow I was not convinced. Then he told for you library deposit free 1500. Oh, I thought somebody recognized me. I got some benefit. I told okay, I'll join CA. So that's how it was an accidental. I joined chartered accountancy. But as classes started, I recognized the same commerce which I learned in 11th and 12th was completely a theoretical. But what I was learning in CA, it was about application of it. I really enjoyed it. So 11th and 12th was only a procedural part we learned. The real subject application I learned in CA. So that's how my CA journey started. And today I'm a chartered accountant. So that's what we say, opportunity, luck, whatever factors. It may not be a visible, it will be in some or the other form. Had I not gone to that college on a holiday, I would have not met Chengal Rao sir. and I would have not known about CA. So luck always favors you when you are committed. So if your destiny is desired, just put your best efforts. It will take you to the desired goal. So that is about my CA journey as a selection, sir. And today we could become a council member. You are on mute, sir.
Sorry. Whether consciously or unconsciously, you have very rightly used the word, I invested my time. So, as all the CA students will know, if you don't invest, you will not get a return. What Shridhar sir has just said, that he invested his time and then got certain returns. Now, obviously, getting the returns of succeeding in CA, becoming a success as a professional are not things, although he's humble enough to say that, it was just a matter of accident. There are a number of facilitating circumstances that you have to create for the right accidents to happen to you. So perhaps his rank and other hard work at the right point of time would have played a big role. Sir, I would really like you to share with our students that, because many people feel that, "Arey, I have got this difficulty, I am coming from this background, my parents are not educated, they may have some handicap, difficulty in terms of financial ability." I would like to understand from you any particular challenges that you faced and any particular methodology or determination that helped you to overcome them. If you could share, please.
Sir, first and the foremost, if I divide this question into two parts, the challenges or difficulties from profession point of view, the challenges and difficulties in general life. Sir, if I talk about the challenges and difficulties in the profession, there is nothing in this. There's the only profession which doesn't cost you much. It doesn't take much of your this thing. All that it requires is your time and your hard working. When it comes, there's the only profession at the 18 years of age, a student doing an articleship is paid a stipend. You will get a world-class education in your articleship, get an opportunity to meet and interact with various professionals, get an opportunity to see their accounting system straightforward, and you are paid a stipend. So as said, there is no difficulty, unlike anybody other exams where you need to get a merit, you need to be in the reservation category, nothing is there. So there is no challenge at all. So if at all still student is finding some challenges, probably it is our thought process. Why? Because generally many a times we never realize the value of any item when we own it. We always realize when we lose it. So probably student is not able to think what he has. So that will be known only when we lose it. That is the first part. When it comes to the second part, challenges in general life, family background, financial appetite, all these things. Sir, I'll say only one thing. There is never a challenge in life. It's all about a yardstick. No person in the world is 100%. Probably today in India, we all complain about a lot of things. Traffic jam, proper infrastructure, many things. But I realized when I seen the Western world, the best socialization, family life, values of life prevails in India. Initial days when I used to go abroad, it used to take 1 week, 10 days to get adjusted to Indian traffic driving. So I used to get a lot of anger and all. But later on, when I stayed more days in the western part, I realized there is no life over there. Nobody cares for each other. Each one is on their own in the developed countries. But in India, there are people talk to you, discuss, your friends, everything in hand. All these we have because we have a mixed culture. We are a populated country. So that is an advantage. So the population which has given an advantage will also have certain disadvantage like density, traffic issues. So when we love the advantage part of it, we should adopt to the disadvantage part. So any problem in life is a perception when we see it. If really you go back and see anybody else with the same problems, are they really suffering like this? No. The best way to come out of the problem is you find a solution. Either you revolve around the problem or face the problem and find a solution. If you're committed and determined, solutions will come. But many of us want a certainty. Upfront, you show how the solution comes, then I'll follow the path. The one which is upfront known is never a challenging. It's the easiest one. The one which we face and learn, that is what the realistic learning of life. So it's all about a perception, sir. If you say village background or a Telugu medium, let me share one of the premium company in India, Dr. Reddy Laboratories. All of us know. Recently, Mr. Narsimham was announced as a CFO. He came from a Zilla Parishad school, sir. He studied CA. His English was not great. So he started working in that company. He developed himself. So he thought when he wanted to go for a higher level designation, he was being a part of CII, participated in the events, developed himself even at this age. And for a 20 plus years of his committed service, today he's being appointed as the CFO for Dr. Reddy Laboratories. So that means he had that constraint of language you talk about, family background you talk about, but he could overcome with his hard work and commitment. So my dear students, problem will always come only when we accept it. We can convert that as a challenge. That will make you strong. It is that too for a temporary time till you cross it. It is not lifelong. Today we see Para-Olympics. When they could do with such a fitness, just imagine how much we can do it. So it's all about whether you visualize it as a big or a small. If you make it a small, it is never a problem. If you visualize it over and above everything. Because generally, sir, at a student perception, exam preparation over, revision is over. Before going to the exam, he could not revise or read or understand one topic. He'll go with fear as if that I didn't prepare that. That if comes in an exam, that if comes in an exam. We overthink and convert it into a fear. But even if it comes, maybe 10 out of 100 marks, remaining 90 are in your hand. So whether you see the 90 side or 10 side. If you see the 90 side, it's always success. If you see only the 10 side, then it is a problem. So it's a perception.
Excellent, sir. So I think that sort of attitude is what really sets you apart. As I've been listening, as I said, I wanted to share with the students, although I have been predecessor to Mr. Shridhar, I am an old man now. The younger generation has taken over, so we never had opportunity to interact. But as I hear him, I am seeing that he is communicating his thoughts so well, so smoothly, and so lucidly. So I would like to ask you, especially from a student's perspective, because we are so focused on our accounting, auditing, and so on. I know that the institute has this program on developing soft skills. How important do you feel that the two areas, there are numerous soft skills that one learns, but communication is one and leadership qualities is another. Given the fact that we are all students of accountancy primarily, how important do you feel that this is important as communicating skills and leadership, how important they are in the profession? And if I may ask a supplementary along with that, you can choose to answer it in the way you prefer. Is it that these are only God-given skills that somebody has the gift of the gab, or is this something that students can focus on and develop? So if you can tackle these two issues.
Yeah. Sir, I'll divide the journey of any professional into three parts. The first stage, in the early days of your qualification, you are at an executive level. That means we just execute the things, maybe given by your manager or seniors. So at the execution level, your more time and efforts are on the subject matters. Communication doesn't come there much. But as you grow up in the ladder, in the profession, you'll go to a manager level. Manager is nothing but coordinating a group of people and getting it done. In today's world, unless you communicate, you cannot get your group work done. At your first stage, even if you work 2 hours more and give a best output, that's a success. But a second level, managerial level, your success is in getting your team output. So the best way to get a team output is what to communicate, when to communicate, how to communicate. Here we always get misled that communication is a language. I mean to say people think that it's all about an English or it's all about the grammar what you used. But my dear students, communication is not always about the grammar or a language. It's all about your clarity of thought, how you communicate and express them. If you communicate, your team can make wonders. So if you don't have a communication ability, communication, again, I'm saying it's not a language or English. English is a matter of one of the language. You go to any Western world, every guy, whether educated or not, will speak in English. That doesn't mean that he's an intelligent than us. It's only a one of the language. So your intention and clarity of thought process, what you want to say, that is called as communication. For level 1, it may not be, but for level 2 onward, yes, it matters a lot. Now, when you go back to a top level management, which is an ambition, then it is all about a precise manner of communication again. Probably to the entire world, you have to say in one word. So that is called as a precise manner of communication. That comes out of a complete subject knowledge. So don't get carried away that it is always about an English. English, like any other subject, the more we speak, the more we write, we can. In today's technology and the support services, even by sitting at home, in 3 months, you can be an expert speaker in English. But what needs there is not the sub language, it's all about your intention to come forward and speak. When I started teaching, the very first day when I went on to the dais, that was my first time in the life I went on to the dais. So I was hiding behind the podium almost three-fourths of the timing. But we thought that how long we will do that. Let me put the effort. So if you cross that fear, I'm saying you'll be the best communicator. Actually, what we think, sir, persons who speak are best communicator. But I can say every student is also a communicator. Only thing is he has to come forward and speak. Now, what is that is stopping them? Fear of failure. Many a cases, your ability is not coming because of the fear of failure. But students kindly don't see it as a success or a failure. It is a learning. At a learning time, we fall. As a child, initially we crawl, we'll try to stand up, we fall. That's how we learned walking, running. Same is the case anyway. So just if you remove the fear of failure, I'm saying you'll be the best communicator and speaker. Not all the best speakers today are gifted or that's a skill they got out when they are born. It's all about the learning. When we are born, all are equal. Only thing is in the learning process, the difference is coming.
Excellent, sir. In fact, your speaking just reminded me that the communication part also one very important component is listening, which I'm sure the students are doing right now. So they are all communication involves two sides: the communication of the message and absorption of the message. So I think the students are all absorbing the message, I hope. In fact, it is said without any political intention, it is said that Mr. Modi was initially not a very good speaker, but he was always a very good listener. A sharp listener will pick up a lot, and then once he has absorbed, if you have put in the hard work, your ability or intelligence to process that knowledge will give you the clarity of thought to communicate. So I think you have answered both the things. A, that it is something very important, but at stage 2, and also that there is nothing inborn about it. Every one of us can become an excellent communicator without any difficulty. You have to put in the necessary hard work and effort for doing that. Sir, shifting gears a little bit, what I would like to ask you, since you are at the helm of affairs of the institute, moving away slightly from the board of studies to a broader canvas. In today's situation, there are so many options, and sometimes students, although this is a little bit premature for them, but they are often confused that while doing my articleship, should I be focusing on X area or Y area? So should we be looking at acquiring skills in consulting or advisory or tax or audit? So there are various trends and there are various emerging fields which you will be much better aware of than I am. Could you just advise them that what should be their focus right now? How should they be preparing for the future? And what options lie before them in the near future? Long term, of course, is a different thing. So your guidance on that, sir.
Sir, I'll put this question before I answer it in such a way. Normally, when we eat at home, a standard food is there, we'll eat that one. So there is no confusion at all. Probably a simple meal like a roti, curry and all of us eat the same. But when you go for a buffet lunch or a dinner, that's where the confusion starts because it's a spread platter. So first question, it excites us, it tempts us. Then we'll decide where to start, what to eat. Same thing is like that. Today, the growing economy has given so many options, so many specializations. Because when the economy is growing, when the size of economic activities are big, people want a specialized approach. The another example I'll give, majority of us in our childhood, any health issues, whether it's a headache or a cough or cold, fever, straight away to one nearby physician for anything, first we will land up with him. Only when it is a very serious, then we used to go. But today, in a growing up economy, people want a specialization. So we see in the medical field also how many specializations are there today. That's why it is taking us a lot of time to identify if any problem is there. So we come back to our profession, the platter has gone up big because from a less than $1 trillion economy, today we are a $4 trillion economy, fifth largest. And moving forward, we are targeting for $30 trillion economy. So business enterprise wants financial solution with a specialization because the value involved is very high. If it is a trade business like olden days, it's all about accounting and compilation. But today we have seen so many mergers, acquisitions happening, global transaction. The value involved is very high. People needs a specialization. So students request that than trying to have a basic knowledge in all, try to acquire a specialized knowledge. Then it comes specialization, which one should I pick up? Each one of us has some inbuilt skill and inbuilt talent. So you need to identify your area of interest. The articleship advantage is that only. You can test in multiple areas and find out where you stand. Because in articleship, you have a chance of doing an audit, taxation, consulting, everything. The purpose of that rotation is not that you'll become a master in 2 years. That will give you an opportunity to understand how each field, what skill set is required. So that will really help you to know it. But once you identify as per your nature, take up the one which you like it. Because when your interest and passion both combines, I'm saying the output is abnormally good. Tendulkar is become successful because he has taken up what he likes as a cricketer. Had Tendulkar been a pilot or a doctor or any other profession, probably he might have succeeded, but not such a great success. So your area of interest and the choice what you make, if at all it combines, it will be a really successful. Me and my we both are chartered accountants, sir. I like better to interact with the people, understand, move around, know different things. That is my strength. So I always picked up audit. So that audit has given me an advantage to see different industries, how business operates, what are the challenges, how to compile, timeline management of audit, everything. Wherein my wife is more technical. She gets more and more happiness in the subject. She has taken up tax. Even now, she does a lot of interpretation, solutions, guidance. So when we take up each of our own interest area, that will really help you. So never take up an area seeing that which one remunerates you more. Because remuneration may matter in the initial days, but at a later part, satisfaction also matters. So my dear students, in your articleship time, try to test. See, you're given an audit, do few audits. And try to test yourself in taxation. Try to test in internal audit, consulting. It's an opportunity for you. Then don't go by what others take or don't go by what remunerates you more. Take up that area where you have a satisfaction. Because today, if you ask me, whatever I do also, I could never get such satisfaction which I had when I took a class because I stopped taking classes in 2015. But what satisfaction we get, probably I may not be in a position to express it, but the inner satisfaction was higher. So somewhere your satisfaction strengths are there, align that one and take the specialization. But my suggestion is be a specialized one because in a highest value, growing values, everybody wants a specialization only. So don't try to be a part of all activities I do at a basic level. Take up one and do it.
Right, sir. I think you gave the example of your wife. So I'll say that it's a question of marrying your interest with your skills. And that if you are able to successfully do that, all of us have talents in some area or the other. If you are successful in marrying these two objectives, then success will automatically follow for a chartered. But of course, as students, you have to first focus on becoming a chartered accountant, undoubtedly. That is your first stepping stone. Thereafter, the horizons are open to you. But, sir, having become one, I'm just sort of taking a vision into the future since we are UDAAN, so we have to take a flight into the higher atmosphere in this session. Assuming that, the younger audience that we have would have passed, the technology is changing so rapidly that for example, what I learned is totally now obsolete. What you have learned is possibly on the verge of obsolescence. And what the students are learning is undergoing rapid transformation today. So in that sense, how do you suggest or how do you see technology transforming our accounting profession, irrespective of which area you are focused on? And what would you suggest to the students? How do they meet that challenge?
Okay, so that's the right question and more appropriate. If I want to narrate the technology, technology is a tool that increases accuracy. Technology has never replaced them. Today, probably all of us seen technology for the past 30 years. It has never replaced any profession. On the other side, technology has improved the accuracy. Technology has given the timing advantage of doing a numerous activity at a lesser point of time and giving you more scope to do other activities in the leftover time. So I would like to say that first and foremost, never have a fear of technology, because many people say AI is coming, something is coming, it will take over. Never in the world technology has taken over. It has improved the accuracy. Because of technology, we got an app. Because of app, transport system has not collapsed. In fact, transport system accuracy has gone up. Earlier days, I have to go onto the road, raise my hand for getting a cab or a taxi. But today I can book it on my mobile. So activity has not gone away. Improvisation has happened. So when such is the case in every field, today we are not different. Even technology has, combined with our profession. Olden days, we used to write a manual entries. Now we are writing electronically. Olden days, we used to tally manually. Today, you just put in Excel and a formula, you will get it. So therefore, accuracy has gone up. Your work efficiency has gone up. So when entire world is using technology because of its accuracy and efficiency, you cannot say that I am away from that, because tomorrow your interaction is with the client, your interaction is with outside world. So you should be more advanced, because people see at you as a financial expert with much more knowledge. So I won't say that you become a software engineer. You should be aware of it, how it operates, and how it helps or aiding our tool. And third one, I would like to say, the young, at least in our generation, in our entire schooling or till our profession, we have less used the technology. That's what we used to call it as around computers. We were around, we never got an opportunity to get into it and see. Even in articles days, one computer in the entire office, everybody has to wait for it and do it. But today, the technology is so available, the net frequency. I still remember, sir, one audit when we went Sirpur paper mills. It was so far away, the telecom connection internet was there. If weather changes, that one internet becomes weak and we have to wait days together to complete an audit. So from that day, see the transformation today. Today, your sampling methodology has changed. Your technology is telling all the basics, but one application of mind is can only be done by human being, but not technology. So don't be away from technology, try to adopt it. So try to understand what it says, how I can use it. So when we used to study, we used only our subject knowledge. But today, students should invest some part of their time to know what are the latest technologies. Accuracy is increasing. The technology, what we learn, may tend to become outdated over a period. Be ready for the next level of learning. So make it a part of a daily habit. I'm saying your accuracy will further increase. Today, I'm able to execute. So much of work is getting outsourced to India. That is all because of the technology. We are able to do the work at world. So your market space is now no more the location where you are staying. From entire world, you can operate anywhere. Entire world, any works you can execute in hand. In the other way, it has increased our scope of approach. So we need to adapt and grow. That's the best option.
Excellent, sir. Very, very positive and very practical view that you've given. I think even for all the students, it applies to everyone. From me, I presume I am the oldest in the audience, right down to the youngest person. Everybody needs to adopt it. I think you use the right word. It's not something that we are fighting. We are not struggling to overcome technology. We are adopting it, imbibing it, and applying it. I think that is the approach that you have suggested, and I think that is the right approach.
One more thing also, sir, with regard to technology, one new skill you people have to learn. Because persons coming to you, because of the technology at hand, they'll Google and come. Generally, Google gives a generalized answer. So they be prepared with one solution and come to you. So they'll put all such questions which for the answer what they know. So probably our level of patience, understanding has to increase. Today, before going to doctor, everybody is Googling and going. I saw one quote outside the doctor. So please don't come inside with your Google doctor's knowledge. So same applies to us also, but you need to have a separate skill. You cannot say wrong the opposite person because of curiosity with the part knowledge. That skill we need to learn.
Right. I think you have answered it in the correct. You have given it the lighter twist also, and this is the reality that we are facing. Since you have moved to that area, let me ask you in a slightly different vein. And it's good that we are all CAs, so I can ask you fearlessly about that. It is often said that chartered accountants, this is the perception of many people, are extremely dull and boring and are focused on too much detail. Our training tends to make us that way. And therefore, people see chartered accountants as people who are extremely devoid of fun in their own life. Also, the other impression in which I feel even the people working in very large firms often complain that they are under too much time pressure, too much stress, and all the attendant evils related to work-related stress. So I think it's a very important thing, and you and your wife are both chartered accountants. If you could bring across to the younger members, because this is something that they really value, I think, that how does one manage the work-life balance which gives them not just the earning potential and actual earning, but also the joy of living as a good professional. So how would you suggest that that work-life balance is important, or is it not important, or is it not achievable at all? Your views on that, sir.
So first and the foremost, what you told, CS life is boring, but that was the days earlier, but not now, sir. In the reason for people perception towards like that is ours is a distance mode of education. If you go back, unlike any other education where people come under one roof in a college form or in a coaching form, we rarely do that. CA is a distance mode of education from the day of inception till date. That's why we could never see people coming under one roof. But recently, because of ITT, advanced ITT, GMCS, people are coming, though for a shorter duration, they come forward, they exchange. And because of the many activities of students, programs, and conferences, we see a lot of talent among the student. Probably, if we were in a college mode of education, we would have demonstrated how the life of a CA student is. Since it is a distance mode, that's a perception, but talent levels are high. Then coming to the second part of the question, work-life balance. Probably this has become a fancy word what we are using it. But otherwise, I say the stress factor which you told. Sir, if I want to run a 100 meters race, my preparation is different. I need to balance my body, my fitness, my training accordingly. If I want to go for a 400 meters race, then my training approach and the way I prepare myself should be a different. Because that's how I need to prepare myself. But here, what is happening, sir? Students, when they go for a big four, what you told, they're more carried away by the name. Like how US students are carried away and running, but the real life over there is different. So whenever you want to take up, each one of us has an appetite. Now, can't I enhance my appetite means? Yes, but you need that extent of training, acceptance also. So since students are not preparing themselves for that, and output-wise, we want a bigger, but effort-wise, we want a slow, complete and inverse approach, which may not be a possible. That's when they are really finding it as a stress. Stress is nothing but not able to handle the situation. The reason for not able to handle the situation is not having an assessment properly or not preparing myself for such situations. So actually, that's a learning age. It appears as a stress, but that learning helps you a lot. When even I was working in Deloitte, there were days during the peak audit times where board meetings are scheduled, no other option to complete audit by that time. So audit closure used to go early morning 3, 4. We have to come back and take a class at 6. Physically, I'm tired. Probably my balance of thought might be less during that day, but that day has taught me how to face a tough situation also. If you see that one particular situation, you find it as a tough, but that is actually giving an opportunity to face it. See, we need to take the way it is coming. Sir, if at all I am prepared to take a holiday today, then anything coming into my mind, I'll get irritated. But if I am prepared that whenever I have a free time, I'll take an holiday, then I'll have both my work as well as personal life. It's all about your acceptance to a particular situation, acceptance for a deviation, acceptance for an unexpected extra load when you get it. But this is the age where you can take it. because initially at execution level, our options are lesser. The more you are getting is an opportunity of learning, try to convert that way and see. But after that, when you get a time, it's all about your art of where do you spend your time, how you make yourself free and enjoy it. But instead, we are trying to do some other things and getting stuck. Why school? Earlier in my schooling days, when extracurricular activities were there like drawing, music, singing, sport, I never realized the value of it. But now I know that how important it is because that will actually reduce our stress levels. So don't take it too much to heart. There is a quote saying that don't take life very seriously. If you take very seriously, then always you'll get disappointment. Then if you take life easily and comfortably, deviations are accepted, extra load is accepted, then this question of life balancing will never arise at all.
Right, sir. I think along the same lines, especially because while we are talking of the career and work-life balance, at the initial stage, a lot of students face a lot of stress at the time of exams. So, if while you have already answered part of the question by giving your approach, but especially in regard to the stress at the time of sitting for an exam, if you could throw some light on that aspect, especially because you are Board of Studies chairman, perhaps you could also indicate what Board of Studies has done to make life simpler for our students in terms of how they are prepared, so that their overall stress level, which I know, although it should not be there, many students have complained that they do undergo a lot of stress. So maybe your thoughts on that aspect, sir.
Right, sir. Sir, first and the foremost, students, I would like to say exam is one of the step in your life. Many examinations you will face in life. Probably they might not be evaluated or probably where your marks are not told, but many examinations you have already undergone or will be undergoing in the future. But this examination especially will be evaluated, your marks are told, your career is dependent on it. So therefore, we talk about a stress. Stress is nothing but we are not ready to accept the other side of the result. We want only one way or what we thought. Always be prepared for both because whatever we have prepared, that only we can present. Probably if we are not prepared for the other side, that will always add up to a stress only. I've seen my case only many a times. In few cases, we are over concerned, over focused at any cost we want to do. I never enjoyed the journey of it because my entire focus is on output. At any cost, I have to. What if I don't get it? How can I do? So many questions I'll fill my mind. But sometimes I'll go. It doesn't matter whether I get or not. I enjoyed the journey as well as you get the output. So please don't take stress for exam. Instead, I would like to say take more and more at the time of preparation and planning. If your planning and preparation is good, then output naturally follows the same direction. But at that time, we try to limit ourselves or have a limited approach. Then we have all the questions, what if I fail? So never have that in mind. Life is not about success or a failure. Life is only about an attempt. I know one of my attempt where my preparation was very poor, but still I went and wrote an exam. Because for that preparation, I want to know where do I stand? So that is way, if you see, you'll never have a stress at all. And today I'm saying such a growing country like India, it's all about a skill. It is not a qualification. When we go back to the olden days, limited opportunities, the only way people assess was by qualification. Because today, ample opportunities. Never we talk about unemployment concept in India. It's all about your skill set and you are born with some skill. So therefore, don't take too much on the outcome. So whatever the outcome may be prepared for it, you'll enjoy it. There is no stress angle at all. If somebody asks you to write tables from 1 to 10, we'll never take a stress because I knew I can do it. So therefore, it is your message, what you give to your mind will always tell you whether you took stress or not. And coming to the initiatives by Board of Studies, sir, a lot of seminars, because as you rightly we told in the earlier question, it's a distance mode of education through seminars, through conferences, and through certain virtual meets also we are putting session, how to make sure that your preparation is well, how to face your challenges. And in every student conferences, we have certain speakers who tell about life, how to face it. We have few faculties telling about how to prepare for examination and enhance. So my dear students, Whenever a conference happens at your place, which are conducted by Board of Studies, the purpose is to interact with you, to tell about you what is going on today and what can be the future changes. So try to be a part of it, because that will help you to have even networking also. Because many of us have grown in life because of one suggestion given by somebody. But the somebody comes only when I interact and move the people. Learning is across you or around you. All that, be ready to go there and get it.
It's perfect. And I think I would, before I wind up, just one opportunity in case there is anything which I have not asked you, but you as a chairman board of studies would like to share. That is one question to you, and also a question to the organizers, Niyati and others. There are a couple of questions put up on the web chat. I have no problem of time. I don't know about Mr. Shridhar, but would you like those questions to be addressed? But before we go to the questions, anything else which maybe we have not asked you, but you feel that you need to express yourself either as a chairman board of studies or as a very successful professional, sir, whatever you wish to say other than a question.
Yeah, sir, I think on the chat there are few questions. I'll just one or two, I'll address that. By Disha, that everybody wants first attempt, CA, everything and all. My dear student, why do you think that somebody want you? Because somebody cannot judge what you want. Today, if you want to pick up top 10 people or you want to pick up 1,000 people and see, success and first attempt doesn't go together. First attempt only says that people are committed and sharp. That's why some firms say that let it be a first attempt. But what if they never have any first attempt people? They'll automatically come down. Second, if it is not that success always comes when you do in a good firm. Good firm will give you a bigger platform. But your success depends upon how much of you are learning from it. It may matter in the initial days, but not in the long term. That is the first. Second one, somebody was asking consulting and litigation, how to have a networking opportunities. See, networking is all about interacting with the people. Even when you go to your audits also, you have an interaction. Even when you come for a seminars, you have an interaction. As such, your examination, your classes at BOS, institute, everywhere you have, even in your ITT and all. So network is not a one point where we can get like a ready-made market. It emerges out of a different interactions that will go. Then coming to the conclusion points you told, sir, one thing I would like to say to the student, first and the foremost, you believe in yourself. Not that somebody has to come and pat it on your back and say you are worth of it. Because it is we should realize our true potential. Don't wait for somebody to come and tell. That is number one. Number two, CA, education, examination, all in an entire life you see, it's a small one. So probably on the screen, some of us are a chartered accountants. Probably if you ask me, how much is my subject-wise mark, all of us here may not remember also. And today, many of us are classmates 20 years back. Today, all of us are CA. When we all meet, none of us discuss which attempt you pass, which group you pass. So this all matters for some time. We ourselves are taking it more. It's all about not when you qualified, which attempt you got, who got more marks. There's a process of journey. Take the way it comes. I'll tell you one simple example. In the initial days, when I started teaching, morning we had a session from 6 to 9:30. We had a break for breakfast, half an hour breakfast. We went and we were coming back from breakfast. I saw one student dancing like anything outside and celebrating. I was shocked. What happened? He told, sir, I cleared my exam. How much you got? 201 out of 400. Passing is 200. He's celebrating as if he has achieved a world. I was very happy seeing his happiness. Second, when I was further going inside, one girl is crying and everybody is consoling her. But I know she studies well. I was worried whether she failed. Then when I'm asking her what happened, she was not saying. I have to repeat my question twice, thrice and ask her what happened. Then she told, sir, I got only All India second rank. I missed first rank. Now see, where is your happiness? A person who got 201 is celebrating and a girl who got All India second rank is not. That means we are putting a prefixed, I mean to say the targets or what do you say, we want to be that. Anything less than that is not giving. No, never focus on that. Just enjoy whatever you are doing. Try to give your best. Try to plan properly and take things happily. If you believe in yourself and you are happy with what you have, instead of searching what is not there in life, because probably you are seeing that somebody has better than you, but that is wrong. If you really compare both the sides from 360 degrees, you also have something more than what that guy doesn't have. So please avoid comparison. Be happy with what you have. Believe in your hard work. Don't go for complaining. Nobody in the life are having 100 out of 100. Any person, if you say is having everything in life, probably is the boring person in life. He doesn't know what to do. When life is missing something, challenges are there. That's where our strength come up. So challenges are not to weaken you, to awaken the strength what you have in you. So see that way and positively and lead your life happily. Life should be holistic. Don't say that 23 hours I read. No human being can read about 23 hours. It's all about the concept understanding. If you understand in half an hour, that is sufficient. Probably if you take some chartered accountants who qualified, not everybody studied for the same number of hours. So it is all about analytical way of learning, because if you see foundation is a basic knowledge, what ICA is expecting. CA intermediate is a working knowledge. CA final is an expert knowledge. So your approach should vary from you come from foundation to inter to final. When we are seeing you as a final student, we are visualizing you as a chartered accountant. So what things you face in the society tomorrow. So the testing examination is based on it. So if any question is analytical, don't think that it is to fail you. It is to bring the true talent among you. So this is what I would like to say. Just believe. That's what is going to make everything happen. If I don't believe, I'll never realize the strength what I have, then where is that I'm going to use it? So that is the one suggestion. All of you will have a wonderful life. And I also say successful because success definition varies from person to person. According to me, the 201 guy is also a successful. All India second rank is also successful. So just have change in the perception. Everything will go well.
Excellent, sir. Thank you. I think you have dealt with everything that I could have thought of. Students are still shooting off some questions. I don't know. I would hand back to Niyati. But then also before I hand it back, let me say two things. I can say as a student of life, I have also found some very interesting answers, and thank you for so nicely and concisely presenting the answers. But questions will always, that is human nature and human mind. We will always have questions. So I don't know whether to go ahead. I'll hand the session back from my side. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Niyati, back to you, and you can decide what is to be done depending on the comfort and convenience of the speaker. But my suggestion is that questions will always remain, some answered, some unanswered. I leave it to you to decide.
I will leave it to Shridhar says convenience.
And it's already running the time because so the statistic says nowadays the attention time has dropped to 3 seconds from 6 seconds. So considering that you have taken more, but only one thing I would like to answer, sir. Who is the biggest inspiration in your life? We can't name a one person. Different things we learn from a different. Many a times I learn from a students also. Commitment I learn from somebody, hardworking, taking things easily and all. But if you ask me, the best I can remember is Mr. P.R. Ramesh, who was the chairman of Deloitte. I worked with him. So the way he handled the things easily, the way he used to give an opportunities to people and encourage, that has changed my thought process completely. Till that time, I was thinking that I'm doing everything. But no, when you see him, then I realized there is a lot more to be learned. He's the biggest inspiration, sir. Probably at any time, when I see him, I can touch his feet. That much of inspiration I got from him.
Right. So, Niyati?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shridhar sir. It was truly an honor to have you over for our UDAAN session. And I'm sure it has made a lot of difference in students' life. With that, I call upon Charmi A. Shah, convener of the student committee, for the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, Niyati. As we draw this enlightening and productive session to a close, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to our esteemed guest, who is also the Vice Chairman of Board of Studies of ICAI. Your leadership has been instrumental in shaping the direction of our discussion and ensuring that our objectives are met with precision and clarity. The knowledge and experience you have shared with us are truly commendable and have provided us with a clearer vision for the future. As we know that failures are stepping success, your journey is the best example for this. Today you stand tall and got success due to the failures that you faced in your initial days, that is young life. So your journey will surely encourage our students to achieve their pinnacle of their life. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your journey and time for our students and Chamber of Tax Consultants. I also extend a heartfelt gratitude to Jayan sir for your exceptional moderation. Your skillful guidance have steered our discussion seamlessly, ensuring that every voice was heard and every perspective was considered. Your ability to keep the session focused and on track has been crucial to our success today. So on behalf of everyone present here, I thank you both for your time, effort, and dedication. Your commitment to fostering academic growth and innovation is truly inspiring and greatly appreciated by everyone present here. We look forward to your continued support and guidance in future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.